Hello, I just wanted to give you an update on quitting my job with no backup plan. It's been 3 weeks, and at the beginning, I was so relieved. I didn't have that worried about having to go to work and seeing how my coworkers were going to be reacting and what mood they were going to be in. Um, So for the first 3 week, 2 weeks, I was feeling so relieved not having to show up over there and you know waiting for somebody to explode because they were so controlling and other issues at work. Unbelievable. How can you bring issues to work? You're getting paid to work, not to come and bring your issues from home and share. Why can't you just come and do your work? I don't understand. Just do what your duties and what your job description it's asking you to do. Why ask more? Why come and bring a whole movie, drama, home issues, children issues? 8 hours of just doing your work. Just what's so hard about that? Anyway, so it's been 3 weeks since I quit my job and um I did not have a plan then, but I had already, like I said before, applied to a on-call position, and well, the phone was already since I had not been working in that job. I my name was on the list, and it was reaching to the top people. So when I just one day I decided to quit. I said I was gonna give them a 2 week notice, but I was so upset one day and I just quit. I just walked out as soon as I got there at 9 o'clock. I start at 8:45, and maybe like around 10ish. It just got all weird in there, and I just decided. I said I wasn't feeling well, and I turned in my letter of resignation immediately. And it's like I said, it's been 3 weeks. The first 3 weeks, I was feeling so relieved not having to get up and show up to that job. I was so happy. I'm sorry. Um, Yesterday, it's been almost 3 weeks. Yesterday, I was worried that that I wasn't gonna be able to make it without a job because I had the rent and bills to do. And then out of the blue, I got a text message that I had gotten a deposit from the job that I was doing, the on-call job, and whoa, there was my rent pay right there and more, and I am so happy. I walked out of that job that I couldn't stand. I just couldn't stay anymore. I had already been there 8 months, and it was just getting, maybe because it was towards the end of the school year and I worked out of school. Um, I only had like a month left before the end of the school year, and I could have just waited. But it was getting, the coworkers were everybody had told me already that I had the shittiest coworkers, and I knew. I know there was one. Her name, let's say it's let's just call her Wendy. She had red hair, dye red hair. Um, she was so controlling. She just wanted her way, and she didn't want to do. She didn't want anybody to say anything, nothing. She was the only one. Um, she only wanted to hear herself talk, nobody else. We couldn't even ask questions when she was around. She was such a weirdo, such a crazy person. Then we had the other one. She would always look like she was drunk, and she would wear the same black leggings. I'm not sure if she had like a lot of black leggings at work, I mean at home, but at work every day for the last 8 months, she wore black leggings, and she would get to work, and she must have been tired because she was a single mom. She's a single mom. She would come in and she would sit by the wall and then she would stare straight at me and watched everything I do. Everything. I don't know. She might have been having an affair with this our supervisor because she would get upset if we talked to him. She would get upset if we moved anything in that room. So it was such a hard job, and I'm glad I'm done. I know I keep telling you guys I'm not advocating for you to just quit your job, but I believe in a greater being. I believe in a God, and I believe that He will provide. I one day said, I can't take this anymore. I couldn't sleep for a whole week, almost 2 weeks. I was feeling so sick. I was feeling at the point of like going crazy because I couldn't sleep. And one day I just said, I'm out of here. And everything, it's a new life. I feel like I feel like I've been reborn. That's the feeling I have. Like I've been reborn, like I have been given a different life, and I love it. In this job, even though I have to commute, I enjoy because my other job I couldn't do anything because I was always busy. Even on the weekends, I was so tired I couldn't go anywhere. Now, since I work in the area of Los Angeles, I get to drive past Beverly Hills. I get to drive by the coast of California to go to work. I'm not commuting every day because my sister lives back in that area and I stay there. And some other times I just go to a McDonald's parking lot or a Jack in the Box parking lot and I just sleep there because if I come home I go straight to watch TV or YouTube and I don't exercise. Now I started to exercise after work and then I go and read a book after I finish exercising. And then if I stay at a McDonald's parking lot, they close at midnight and then somebody else comes over and cleans their kitchen. I just let them know I'm there and they're okay with it and I don't have to go to drive to my sister, so I don't have to commute back home, which is an hour for me. I love it. I've been so happy. I get to um the area by the ocean, by the beach where I work, some of the days, I get to pick the area where I want to go. But I go there because I have not been there in a like over 20 years, by the beach, by the ocean. And I seen cities that look just like Hawaii. The trees are all curved and they look like they zigzag and they're not straight as like the city's trees. If if you ever go to Hawaii and you see the trees, they look like roots. They're curved. So if I go to the California coast, which that's where I go to work because I pick up the assignments there. I get paid and I get paid to go see that area and I stay over there. And it's just such a wonderful experience. So, an update after quitting my job with no plan. Hey, I'm now full time. I'm not part time anymore. I'm full time. I'm getting my rent pay. I'm getting my food. I'm getting my bills paid because I'm making enough money and I enjoy it. Even though I get to stay in my car and sleep at night, I read and then I fall asleep and then in the morning I'm right there by my job. If I don't want to go to my sister's and stay in the valley near my other jobs, I prefer to stay in my car. I really do. I get to exercise after work. I do one or two, three laps around the neighborhood. And then I go to a McDonald's or I go to a library. The library is closed at 8 o'clock here in my area. And then McDonald's closes at midnight. If I stay at a Jack in the Box parking lot, they stay open 24 hours in California. So I stay there and I get to come home on the weekend and I am so relieved. I'm so relaxed. My blood pressure is not high as it used to be. I'm not having sleepless nights because I'm working with those weirdos that I used to work with. So it's been such a wonderful experience. And you make your own choices. I made my own choice that I was not going to stay in a job that I hated. I mean, I consider myself a good worker. I get there on time. I do what I'm asked. I do my supervision. I work with um I do my job as I'm described to do, and I'm not bothering anybody. If I have a questions, I just have one or two questions, but I'm a fast learner. As soon as I get there, they tell me what to do. I follow that, and if they see that I'm not doing what they want, they come and tell me. But since I already know this job, I pretty much get it. I'm actually working at a daycare, and I work there, and I do my 8 hours now. They have they have 3 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours positions, 8 hour positions. So I since I'm single, I do my 8 hours. I go for a walk after work, and then I read, and then I fall asleep, and then in the morning during the week I stay there, and then I go to work. So that's my update. I was freaking out a little bit, like for a day after I quit my job with no plan, because I said, how am I gonna pay for my rent? How am I gonna pay for my bills? I got bills to pay, and rent to pay, and how am I gonna do that? But like I said, if you quit and if you want to keep working, um, just like I said, go to your daycare centers, go to your favorite restaurant, go to places that you like, and see if they have positions. Say you have a favorite park, go to the city's park, and see if they have any openings, if they're hiring to work at your favorite park. Say you like to go to the library, see if the library is hiring. Go to the main website and see if they have any positions. Say you like to eat at McDonald's, go ahead and see if McDonald's is hiring anybody to take food, or be a driver. There's always something that you're gonna find to do. You cannot just go without a job. If you sit there and dwell that, oh, now I'm unemployed, what am I gonna do? Then it's going to be hard. But if you get up and go to the websites and start applying for jobs, you are going to get called and you're going to get a job. So I feel so happy that I left that job. That was so hard. I wish I would have quit right away. Um, I'm not asking you guys to do that, to just quit at a job that you don't like. But life, I don't want to say it's short, but you are going to have the heart attack if you stay in that stressful position. It's going to be your heart attack, it's going to be your headaches, it's going to be your sleepless nights, it's going to be your heart rate going high. It's your body. You're abusing it by staying in a job that you hate. So if there's something that you don't like, change it, because you only get one shot in this world. And if you are here barely surviving or being unhappy, doing something that you don't like, then this is it. This is your only right to be here. Change it. I left that job and I have not regretted. I'm gonna give you more updates of how it goes for me, like when I stay over there and sleep in my car, which I really enjoy too. Um, and then I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.